So it's just different like that.
Okay,
All
so
right, so
these
the
turn into
Soans,
animals.
Soans turn into specific things. You can be a normal Soan type that you turn into a normal animal. The guy that's a hawk. There's a guy that's a jackal. There's a guy that's a bison. Blah blah blah. There's also mythical Soans. The mythical Soans lets you turn into mythical creatures. Like for example, Kaido, who is the baddest guy that we had like for a long time, that Luffy defeats, he turns into a Sure dragon. It's like a blue, like in a specific mythic creature, which is the Asura dragon, let's say. And then there's this guy that can turn into a phoenix. There's a guy that can turn into there's like a legendary thing fox in Japanese culture, and Yamato turns into that. Yeah, something like that. Kitsune or something like that. I know that's fox, but I don't know if that's the deity that he turns into. But yes, there's stuff like that. Now, in the mythical Soans, there's also the dinosaur kind. So you can also turn into dinosaurs. Like there's people that turn into Spinosaurus, Triceratops, pterodactyl, blah blah blah. Like all those kind, like saber tooth, the saber tooth too. So that's one kind of the mythical. Now you can also become like gods kind of stuff.
I'm a fucking god of war.
Right.
And that's where Luffy's fruit comes in. We figure out that he's not just the Gomu Gomu Paramisha fruit.
No way, Jose.
Because again, Vegapunk tells us this. Like he asks, like, what is his fruit to the crew? And the crew is like, I don't know. It's just the Gomu Gomu fruit, like the rubber. Like, and he's like, there's no such fruit in the book of this thing. And he goes, this is the Nika, the sun god Nika fruit, which means that he can turn into an actual god. And a deity.
So does that mean we know what all the fruits are? If he's like, no, that can't be a Goma Goma fruit.
We have a specific encyclopedia. It's not out there to buy or anything, but it should be. Oh, if you're watching this, please give us that encyclopedia. We want it.
Finish the story first. That would be
yes. Finish the story and then give us the encyclopedia.
Then
we love that. We have in the world of One Piece, they have an encyclopedia with documented fruits, so you can know how. I mean, documented fruits. You don't know about. There's stuff that is not documented, and you will never find it there, and especially these fruits. And the thing is that the thing about the Soan types is when they get awakened, and again, I have to explain this. When you use your fruit enough, and you train your fruit using your fruit enough, you can awaken it. So on top of all your powers of, let's say, turning into a snake, you turn into a snake. Later on, you can awaken that fruit, but as a Soan type, we know that the fruit itself has like a conscience, and it takes over the user. So once you go too far on that line with the Soans, you lose all control of your body.
Oh, there's like in werewolf books, they say that like if you stay in your wolf form too long, then
right. But this is not staying in the wolf. Like they could be dogs all their lives if they want to. But if they awaken it, it's a different level.
Right.
It's not the same.
And do we know how people awaken stuff?
Training the shit out of your fruit. Just you train it, you use it. You have to elevate your fighting stuff. Like how you use it. So with Soans,
they would have to like.
They have to be
not train. Like they would have to be like, I can only use this enough. Level.
Yes, because it is confirmed. There are some creatures in Impel Down, which is the maximum security jail that exists in One Piece. There's some creatures there that are awakened Soan users, and they're like half cow, half human, like minotaurs and stuff like that.
So would you just have to drip seawater down the walls to keep them in? I know that they've made this
Well, they have handcuffs and they have the
No, I know.
the
I'm just
bars
saying,
and
like, if you
everything.
wanted to keep in, like, could you put him in
I
a
mean, if
stone
you
room and
you can just build a
run
whole
water?
jail out of that, of the sea stones, because they
Right.
harness the sea
No, I
stuff.
just meant like if you're poor and wanted to keep one in.
If
could
you're
just
poor and you want to keep one in, yes, you can just drip some water
drip
on them
water,
all the time.
like
Every 5 minutes,
run
come
water
and just
through
like,
it.
or have like a drop thing.
Yeah.
Just gets them washed every 2 minutes or 3 minutes, so they're never dry. Yeah. There's someone that are normal. There's someone that are mythical animals, and then there's someone that are mythical gods. Luffy,
so that's why he's a Zoan.
Luffy
is
is
a
a
mythical
Zoan.
god.
He's a mythical god. He's a
So,
mythical Zoan.
if he does it too much, will he just become the god?
We also get proof that that doesn't happen with people that have very strong wills, that they can control the awakened form.
That's the hockey.
That's the haki. That's where the haki comes in.
So you have to have
So
really
you have to
strong
be
haki.
you have to be good at haki to awaken your Zoan fruit. Luffy goes against Lucci.
But you have to
Lucci,
be really good at hockey to not have the Zoan fruit eat you.
yes, if you awaken it. And this is the first time, I think, the first documented Zoan, like any Zoans, that is awakened and that the fruit didn't take over. It's this guy. But then we get two.
Which one is the guy?
We get Lucci and we get Kaku. They're both Zoan. One is a leopard and the other guy is a giraffe. And they have, yeah, I know it's a giraffe. It's so stupid.
but why? When would it be like, hey, I need to turn into my giraffe because something's at the top of a tree? Like, what would the
something
point
like
be?
that? I don't know. There's no point, and that's the other part too. He didn't know when
Like,
Kaku
does
ate the
his
fruit.
neck just become really long when he becomes half Zoan? And
yeah, he's just like a up walking giraffe. It's weird. I have a picture here. That's Kaku, by the way. He's a weirdo. But yeah, when they were fighting these government guys, they get offered fruits. Two of the of the group didn't have fruits, and they're like, "We have fruits here, eat them." And they're like, "We don't know what fruits they are. What are we gonna get?" They don't know. They just have to eat them. So one of them gets the soap fruit, and that's a paramecia. That means that she can turn things into like soap bubbles, and it's weird. She can make suds like that. And the other one turns into Kaku, which is the giraffe. And then when he fights Zoro, Zoro's making fun. Like Zoro's literally making fun of him. Like when they're fighting, like you're like, what are you? Like what? Like what is this?
鍛えたんだよ、キリンじゃ。キリンじゃ？わしはキリンじゃ。キリンじゃ。
And yes, there's some of that stuff. But yes, the mythicals. So there's a theory that says that we don't know what fruit actually Chopper ate. We know that he was a reindeer, and we're just assuming that he ate the human fruit. But now that we know that there's so many classifications of the Zoans and the human fruits and stuff like that, people are starting to think that he might have eaten another god's fruit. So
are you a god?
Maybe he is. Maybe we'll find out soon enough what's going on. I mean, in the latest chapters, he does stuff. He, like, literally the last that came out, he does something that people are like, how did you do that?
Well, I mean, like, could it really be the human fruit? Because he can never, like, wouldn't he be able to just turn human?
That's true, but he never tries. He has many transformations too. It's weird. His Zoan type has like 7 or 6 or 8 forms. This guy can turn into a big guy. There's a muscle point. There's a kung fu point. There's a horn point.
But he's never human.
But he's never fully human.
Like he's can
never
speak
fully
and talk
human.
and
yes.
blah,
And
blah,
also
blah,
he can talk to animals too. And understand them because he was an animal before. So he can communicate with animals. Yep, so that's the Zoans.